What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Saturday, by the way. Let's get the weekend started here with some news from Plarium. So Plarium has offered their first confirmation of all the TMNT events happening in October. Considering that the first event was supposed to start on Monday, it makes sense that they give us some heads up here. So here we go. Right here on screen. So this Monday, they confirmed that on October 6th, we're planning to launch the Ace Reporter Titan event. Big surprise. That's exactly the title of the leaked event that was, given to us over a month ago. And this is where you're going to get April O'Neil and other valuable goodies. Throughout the course of the Ace Reporter Titan event, you'll be able to earn 890 pizza points during the first part, October 6th to October 12th, 710 pizza points during the second part, lasting the 13th to the 19th, and 150 points from the last part, 20th to the 24th. Maximum of 1,750 pizza points, but you only need 1,500 points to unlock all the milestones. So pretty standard Titan event, guys. 1,500 points to get the top end reward. The event will feature various rewards such as April O'Neil, the totem relic, and the avatar frame of basalts and other resources. Funny how they list basalt here as a resource that's worth naming, but hopefully there's some other good resources to get as well. So again, this is no real surprise, unless we were thinking that the Titan event would be drastically something different, but this is basically completely the same as what was leaked. So nothing changed from this one, no dates, no anything. Titan event, April O'Neil, starting on Monday. I'm curious what the relic looks like. I kind of forgot. So we'll go over the relic here on the, here we go, Discovery Relic. So it's going to be the Epic Relic, Exor's Totem. So what the heck does this thing even do? Let's have a quick look here. Wearer's turn meter increased by 10% whenever an ally receives hard CC once per turn. And that goes up to, what, 16, goes up to 20% if you max it out. You're probably going to leave it at 12, so 16%. You get a little bit of accuracy, you get a little bit of turn meter whenever your teammate gets CC'd. I mean, this could be just like a mastery. I think there is a mastery kind of like this, except you counterattack. I think some champions maybe even have a passive like this. But anyways, it seems like a fine relic. It's nothing insane. You get accuracy on the front stat, which is pretty useful. HP as well, useful. And then speed at the back end. Yeah, it's a fine relic. It's not going to be anything crazy, but it's going to be in the Titan event. All right, now just quickly going over the calendar here. So they said from the 6th to the, to the 12th, there's going to be 890 pizza points. That's quite a bit of points in the first week of this Titan event. So just a heads up, guys, it's going to be a hot and heavy first week. We just have a champion chase going on this weekend, so it's most likely going to be a summon rush starting on, probably Friday, extending into the weekend. And I would assume the summon rush probably only has maybe like 200 in here. So there's still a lot of points scattered around this first week. Now, keep in mind, according to the leaked notes, Leo was supposed to start on the 7th, but then they said it was not going to, and it was going to start afterwards. It's very possible that Leo probably starts this week. Like I said, 890 points in the first week. It's quite a bit. We can only expect the first summon rush. There could be probably a training event, a dungeon event, but each one of those is probably 100 points or so. Probably a bunch of dungeon events, maybe special condition dungeon events. Obviously, those are worth a little bit more. But yeah, pretty hot and heavy first week. And then we're going to go into the second week here. And then this is the week where Raphael is supposed to show up. According to the leaked notes, he was starting on Monday. As per the April Titan event, they said starting on the 13th to the 19th. Right here, we're going to be expecting 710 points. So again, there's probably going to be a champion chase or some kind of event here. And that's probably going to be worth about 200 points. Roughly right now they're kind of playing around with the point totals. It can be 150, 250, 200. They're playing around with it a little bit. What I've noticed is that they're adding more events for less points. So it kind of, it's a negative. Obviously, it's going to get us to try to commit more resources spread across more events. But I would not be surprised if, Raphael's Deck of Fate still ends up on this week. And Deck of Fates lately have been less points, to be honest, maybe 100 points squeezed in there. But it is a little bit peculiar to have a champion guarantee like Raph paired up with Titan points. It's possible, but I would say getting the Titan points from that type of event and anything worthwhile would be pretty hard, especially if the Deck of Fate had Raph in it, it had fragments. You're getting fragments towards Wrath, but if you're not getting full, if you're not clearing the full deck, you're not going to get Wrath at the end. You're just getting a bunch of fragments. So obviously not ideal. And then from the 20th to the 24th, we have a small amount of points, only 150 points, mainly because we probably don't have a summon event right here. So no summon event, so 150 point, probably spread around maybe 1 or 2 events only. But yeah, it seems quite slow for the back half. So if you don't have enough points after the first 2 weeks, it's going to be really hard to make up any points in the third week. So that's definitely something to look out for, guys. And then after that, we basically can expect a fusion somewhere here. Somewhere here, it's going to be the fusion. It's either going to start on Monday, or it's probably going to start on Halloween. Somewhere here is going to be a fusion. CBC is happening here. CBC is happening here. So and the collab and the event dungeon won't end until sometime in early November. I think it's November. I want to say like 7th, but not 100% sure on that. So even just preliminary look at this kind of calendar that they've given us, like the point layout, it looks quite difficult. Like I said, the points are basically spread very heavily in the first 2 weeks. And it totally makes sense to have the big events in the first 2 weeks of the Titan event. You just put everything in here. That means like I said, if Leonardo's Heroes Path event, has his soul, his champion, and most likely he'll have Titan points too. So it's going to be a massive, massive Heroes Path, guys, massive. So now let's talk about the Titan champion here real quick. So the Titan champion here, we have April O'Neil. I haven't had a chance to do a showcase on this champion, but she is seemingly very, very niche. I've been watching a little bit of content on her. And it seems the general consensus is that she is a little bit lackluster. I mean, aesthetically, she looks fine. It doesn't really fit raid, I think. Leather jacket and all that. I don't know if she has potions. Kind of strange. But anyways, so she's in the game. It's decent base speed with speed in all battles. Speed in arena battles. What she brings a bunch of CC on the A1. She brings a steal here, and then she places nullify and seal. So these are 2 kind of debuffs you don't see very often. They don't really, I don't know, it feels like they don't really do that much. Like they do a lot of stuff, but they don't really do anything super crazy. It feels like, I don't know. It feels like whenever I play seal, nothing really crazy happens. But anyways, we can go over what they do in the more infos tab here if you guys are interested in looking. So nullify is basically champions that are nullified cannot have their skills activated, participate in ally attacks, granted extra turns, instant turns, have their skill cooldowns decreased, have their shield values increased, destroyed HP restored, and have their HP swapped by allies or by themselves. So, I mean, it does a bunch of stuff, but they're quite specific. And Seal, I believe, affects your passive abilities, your passives and masteries. Here you go, Seal. So Seal blocks your gear sets and masteries. I would say that is probably a little bit more impactful than Nullify. I don't know. But anyway, she does that on her A2, and then she has a chance to activate this explosive scoop. It's what is it? 50% chance of happening. She can gain extra turn effect. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Where's explosive scoop? So she has a chance to activate this when they gain an extra turn. Excuse me. When they get an extra turn, she has a chance to basically cut in. I guess cut in. So she activates. So she'll steal a buff. Okay. I don't know. I don't like this 50% chance. It just doesn't seem reliable enough. Like maybe if she was 100% chance, that'd be pretty cool. And then her A3 here on the 4-turn cooldown, increase accuracy, decrease turn meter, and then extra turn. So you do this with increased accuracy, come in here, you steal a bunch of stuff, steal a bunch of turn meter. That seems pretty cool. Her passive ability. So whenever any of these, basically effects happen from your enemy, you decrease their turn meter by 10%. This passive, it just happens all the time. The active ability, whenever enemies remove, transfer, decrease the duration of any debuff to 0. Okay, decrease the turn meters of all enemies by 25%. 3-turn cooldown, 2 turns when fully booked. This can be strong, right? Both of these together can be quite strong. And like I said in my first look at April, this passive effect can be busted against maybe certain waves that constantly have things happening. So you're constantly pushing back turn meter. This requires accuracy, of course, so you'll build her out with accuracy. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I mean, this is the big ability for her, right? She's magic affinity, so she gets affected by affinity issues. So targeting force affinity would be a big bad, big risk for her, of course. I'm not 100% sold on her as a champion. If you're a collector, obviously she's going to be, an exclusive champion. And obviously, if you're missing her for your final piece for that free gift, for that mythical relic, and a bunch of gemstones, then, it might be worthwhile to go for. But yeah, like I said, in the calendar here, it looks pretty hot and heavy in the first 2 weeks. So make sure you guys are aware of all that. But yeah, I'm not 100% about her as a champion. I'm probably going to do a showcase on her sometime this weekend, and I'll probably release it sometime around the start of the Titan event. I'm curious. Personally speaking, I'm kind of on the fence. I really want to see what the events look like first before jumping into them and trying to go for April. Usually, like even just with like kind of passive participation, I can probably do like 1,000 points without trying too hard. But yeah, to do the full 1,500, you have to participate in some of these shard events. You can't get away from them. So we'll see. I think I'll probably end up going for her, even though I have absolutely no use for her, like in my mind right now. So we'll see after some testing how she does. And also, a bunch of her events are probably baked into the Leonardo event and the Raphael event. So participating, if you're going for them, you're probably going to get some Titan points along the way for April. I wonder where her soul will be. Maybe, maybe a winner take all tournament. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure where her soul would end up. A singular event. Hero's Path. I mean, generally a Titan event for a champion is a good deal, because usually we're just getting a 5-star soul for a whole Titan event. And obviously getting the champion, I would say, is better than getting the soul. So, that's a good thing. It's a good value, better value than usual, but I'm not too sure a lot of people would get a lot of value from April, to be honest. I'm not too sure. Anyways, I'm going to mull over this a little bit. I think I'm going to participate. We'll take a first look at the calendar in Player and Play once they release the events. Right now, the Player and Play has no events listed, obviously. This is a little bit of a preview news. Probably going to release a note sometime on Monday before the Titan event opens. Anyways, guys, we got our first confirmation. Not too surprised. It's Titan event for April. And not too surprised that the dates did not change at all. Not too surprised at all. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Have a great Saturday, and I'll see you guys in the next video.